Same crap weather, just a different week. Still a huge log cabin to build. Week 2, let's go.
And there you go, Monday done. But like Thursday last week, the whole day has been pretty much a soggy write-off, meaning in the 5 days Jordan and I have been on this massive build, we've lost 2 days already, which between now and the end of the job, we have to somehow try and make up. But you can't predict the weather. All you can do is pack up, go home, try again tomorrow. But it all depends on what the sky brings in the morning. Yeah, still raining. Not much, but still raining. Many of you might say, yeah, but it's not raining much, you can carry on. Which usually I would agree if it was on nice, dry, hard standing. But it's not. So let's just put a ballpark figure of, say, £50,000 worth of lovely, fresh smelling milled timber sat in the middle of a farmer's field. Wouldn't really agree. What kind of price do you put on losing a couple of days over a 12-week job to keep it clean? Because when it is dirty, it's not easy to clean. So that's why I'm not doing anything yet, apart from going to make another cup of tea in there, over there. You see, I almost fell on my arse there, didn't I? Which means it's even harder of a challenge, not only to keep the timber clean and dry, but also to keep yourself upright. Now, the foundations for this building were built before we arrived, and they have an elevation change of around about 2 feet from one end to the other. So us plonking 250mm rafters on top of them foundations makes it even higher off the ground, meaning with the rain and now all the mud, which you're lugging around on your work boots, it's making it very difficult and very treacherous to keep yourself upright. But all you can do is take little baby steps and be very careful, or you could actually fall through and hurt yourself, or worse still, get yourself dirty.
So sketchy. So sketchy.
Not moaning, but also worth noting that some of these timbers are over 6 metres long, which are heavy at the best of time, and some of them are even heavier now they're soaking wet.
You see, perfect example, right? Cleaning the wood off the face of the logs, top, bottom, doesn't really matter, but if you've got to clean it off straight away before it dries, else you have to sand it all down. Problem being, this end grain on here, this really difficult to come off, really difficult to sand off. This is a finished part that you'd see inside. I think this goes into one of the double bedrooms, so trying to keep it clean, obviously I kind of threw this one to Jordan, and combination of a crap catch and a crap throw, it ended up in the mud. So ideally you could do with like a bucket of clean water just to give them a quick dip and a rinse to keep all this crap off. Yeah.
Another big issue with the rain, not only is it very difficult to keep expensive power tools clean and dry, it's also just as difficult to keep expensive filming equipment clean and dry.
Goodness gracious, a great ball of fire, because it's the sun and it's a ball of fire and it's been raining. It worked in my head.
Finally, Mother Nature took pity on us and gave us a break from the relentless wind and rain, so hopefully we can actually now try and claw back some of the time we've already lost whilst the sun is shining. You know the saying, make hay whilst the... yeah. Graced with what turned out to be such a wonderful day, we got our heads down and got stuck in to break the backbone of the early stage of this build. With the weather forecast to be very similar tomorrow, we were confident we could be at a certain stage before we travelled home for the weekend. Look at that sky, isn't it beautiful? It's not like we haven't deserved it either after the rain we've had. We had a great day yesterday getting to where we've got in the dry. Now with this beautiful sunshine, hopefully last day today of week 2, we can get the building up to above window and door height, tie it all in for the weekend. That's the plan. Look at that, beautiful. Honestly, it is that beautiful. 10 hours of a sky like this and we'll be going home 2 very happy little bunnies.
Welcome, this is your life now, the wasteland where we all take a vow. With some glow due to radiation, 2 heads where there usually is one. Unsung. With you, I know we'll find a way through the fallout cold bay. With every mutation, we'll embrace the change. With you, I know we'll find a way through the fallout.
There comes a point in a simple man's life when taping a waste pipe to a ladder is as satisfying as the sunshine itself. Because when you're constantly getting up and down from your ladder to pick your mallet up out of the mud, it makes perfect sense. It's the little things in life, you know.
3 dog spins from the station, love songs for everyone to hear.
After the instant success of the Mallet Mate 3000, it wasn't long before I knocked up a second one for the other leg of the ladder, introducing to you the Screwsafe 600 Pro Max. Links in the description. Look at that, look, taking shape, isn't it? We've actually got the customer as well. He's on the drill, which is kind of handy because he's been passing all the logs. It is dangerous in there with the ladders keep moving them around. So with him passing the logs to me and putting them in place, then I could just literally knock them down with the mallet, screw them all in, just keep moving my ladder around, doing it like that. It's working really well. We do have one issue though, and that is the cutouts for the windows are probably about 100mm too low, so we're going to have to rethink it and cut the cutouts above the windows a bit higher, meaning that the plan of getting, like I said, to the tie-in above the windows is going to slow down a bit because having to cut them out, but fingers crossed we can get there and get that tied in before we leave to go home for the weekend. So I'm going to have a cup of tea and a sandwich because I've earned it, and then we'll take my jumper off for a start because it's really hot.
With every step we take, our path becomes so clear. Together, forever, overcoming without
It soon became apparent as the light faded it was going to take a lot longer to cut these logs out, so we fitted the one Jordan had already cut, leaving one final log to put in place before we started our 4-hour journey home. Shouldn't have done that really, because my mallet's now filthy and I have to clean it. But I don't care because it's time to go home. I shall see you in my shed.
Welcome, this is the wasteland. Breathe by the radiation.
There you go, 3.5 hours later, home. Well, 4.5 hours because I've had a shower, got my PJs on. So what do you reckon? The building's absolutely massive, I mean massive. Not as far along as we'd like to be because of the problems with the windows and stuff, and obviously the weather. Speaking of which, what a difference weather-wise it can make in 4 days. Start of the week, rubbish, windy, cold, horrible. End of the week, beautiful blue skies, sunshine. Hopefully more of that. What did you think of my pimped up ladder? Honestly, when I knocked up the Mallet Mate 3000, game changer. You wouldn't believe the stress I was putting by myself. Bear in mind I've actually got a combi jaw attached to my hip as well. I kept dropping the mallet, going down, obviously it goes through the rafters, down into the floor, into the mud. Kept doing that, thought no, Mallet Mate 3000 was born. Soon after, obviously I made the Screwsafe 600. Again, a game changer, because these screws are like 600mm long. So there are...
Whoa, hang about. Did he just say them screws are 600mm long? I swear, rewind it.
like 600mm long. So there are...
He did say that. Them ain't never 600 long. They're more like 240, the silly melt. I'm going to leave a comment. Pass me my glasses.
many holster shorts or indeed holster belts that can hold screws that long. So with these two things, game changer, made the day so much better, and I never ever dropped one after that ever again. I don't actually think they're going to hold up very well in the weather, but I can always make them again. But how I made them, you'll know too, because I will leave the links in the description for the Mallet Mate 3000 and indeed the Screwsafe 600. So there you go. Right, fun fact of the week. I'm going to start doing a fun fact each week in this build series. So fun fact number 1 is, did you know that every time Jordan does dialogue on camera, he either puts his hat on or he puts hairspray in his hair? I'm not kidding you, he does, every single time, because he doesn't like his hair flapping around in the wind, so he gives it a nice old spritz with some firm hold and then gives it a little wipe down so he doesn't look silly on camera. So I'm telling you, he does do that, he really does. Probably going to deny it and moan about it to me, but he definitely does do it. So there you go, week 2 of building this massive cabin. And like I said, it is really hard, but hopefully if we get a break in the weather, don't mind the cold, it's just the wind and the rain. So yeah, we get a break in the weather, we should be good to go and just crack on and catch up to where we were. Fingers crossed. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Go over and give Jordan a sub as well on his channel, because he's also doing a build series on this build as well. I'll leave links in the description. So yeah, just drop him a sub, drop him a like, go and watch his videos as well. And I shall see you in the next build one, which will be Wednesday around about the 5-6 o'clock PM mark for the part 3 install of this little mini series of how we're going to get on with this big building as it gets colder and colder. I'll see you then.